Hi, I'm Olivia Holmes. As a former middle school history teacher, I now specialize in helping teachers find peace with lesson design, ed tech, and classroom management. In this video, I'm going to be showing one of my best secrets that was shared to me a couple years ago that changed the way I led classroom discussions and debates completely. I had a student who never spoke up in class. No matter how much wait time I provided, no matter how greatly I enforced raising your hand so that other students wouldn't talk first, this kid was not going to share his thoughts, even though he was a genius. So I heard about this classroom management tool called Parlay Ideas. And what I thought it was just a way to teach proper debate etiquette, which it is, and it's super helpful for that. But what I wasn't expecting was for this student to argue his ideas for many minutes in front of his entire class successfully. When he was done talking, the entire class erupted in cheers. Even the side that he was arguing against was clapping and cheering for him because they just saw him come out of his shell and be totally prepared and confident in what he was saying for the first time. It was such a proud teacher moment, and I really hope that this tool is as successful for your classroom as it was for mine. But before we get started, it is important to note that I do not work for Parlay Ideas. I am not affiliated with this company in any way. I am simply a former teacher who has a heart for helping other teachers gain control of their class. And so if you have specific pricing questions, billing questions, or tech support needs, please contact Parlay Ideas directly and not me. Let's get started. So go to parlayideas.com and you will see this screen after you create your teacher account. And to get started, you will click New Roundtable. So you can either, one, browse the universe that Parlay has a pre-built library. It is full of a lot of beautiful classroom discussions and resources for teachers. Or you can start from scratch, which is what I'm going to be walking you through today. The Browse the Universe is very great. It is super helpful, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Start from scratch. I'm going to be showing you what it looks like when you're using Parlay with your class. So I'm going to be using their samples with this tutorial. The verbal roundtable is what you would use if all of your students are in person. Written roundtable is perfect for online learning. So hopefully most of your students, if not all, are back in person now. This is what it's going to look like on the teacher screen. It's very similar to what it looks like on the student screen. The only difference on the student screen is they have a spot where they can take notes. So they can take notes on what the speaker is saying or what they want to say next, and that's super helpful. They don't have to toggle between apps if they want to write something down. I invite students up here with a link that I posted in Schoology, is what we used in my former district. You can also share a code, write your code on your whiteboard, and it's ready for them to join. So you will see all of your students here and up here. You can see that Vihan has a new idea he wants to share with the class. Jake he wants to build on something that someone else has already said. Jordan wants to challenge that last speaker. And Afia has a question. So if we want to hear Jake build on what the last person said, you would click Make Speaker, and that would put him in the speaker box. Students and teachers see that Jake is in the speaker box and that Jake is the only person that should be talking. If students want to cast a vote and say, I really want to hear Vihan speak, they would click this little ear icon, and that tells the teacher 2 people in the class want to hear Vihan. So maybe I should actually make Vihan the speaker instead of Jake right now because more students want to hear what he has to say. And then there is a little celebration icon as well that's not sharing on the screen, and it's just like hands up emoji, and students can say like good job by clicking that emoji instead of shouting or being crazy. I swear this tool is awesome with teaching proper debate etiquette. Okay, so not only would you be able to make a speaker, you can also put who's on deck, which would be showing up over here on the student side, so they can prepare who is going to be speaking next. Before I end my debates, I like to have a poll. So overall, maybe this class was debating about building a pipeline. So should we build a pipeline? This would pop up on students' devices and they can cast their vote. You can see 8 votes when you click on that. Because this is just a demo, I won't be able to see results. But if you were to click on this, you can see who voted what or what percentage of the class voted which way. My favorite thing about Parlay, besides, the whole proper debate etiquette, getting silent geniuses to speak, is the data that it automatically collects for you. So if you click on summary, you will see so much. You can see like what percentage of the class participated in the discussion, the types of contributions they all made, and then it goes down into the nitty-gritty stuff. So if you click up here, it says we're on class ride right now. If we want to see what an individual student, how they did, it tells you here. So we're looking at Anna. Anna spoke for 5 minutes. She tapped in 3 times. She built upon somebody's ideas. She challenged somebody and she asked a question. So Anna did pretty good in this debate. Unfortunately, Taylor did not speak at all. Right, so this is great to show Taylor, hey, like why weren't you involved in this? Maybe you used Parlay a few times and you see Taylor did not speak the last 3 times. That's something you're gonna want to reach out to Taylor and maybe their parents about and say, hey, let's start to get involved in classroom discussions more. You can see Alice down here spoke for nearly 9 minutes, so maybe we're not gonna put Alice as speaker in the next time as many times. Okay. But over here, export. So it's just a demo, but if you were to click this and it's not a demo, you can export this data to your Google Drive and a few other formats. I use Google Drive all the time, so I was mind blown that you can export this data. Oh my goodness, it's awesome, guys. So this was just my very first YouTube tutorial. I hope it helps somebody. Be sure to subscribe. I have lots of different ed tech tutorials coming up in the next month, and I can't wait to share with you. Thanks for tuning in, guys.